The process of hearing begins with compression or longitudinal waves, which are sound waves. And these waves detect the frequency or the wavelength of the waves, as well as the amplitude or the height of the waves, which then help us to determine the pitch and loudness of the sound. And so during acoustic transduction, the electrical energy is converted to mechanical energy and then to longitudinal energy, and the sound is projected, which then produces the compression waves. And these projected waves then enter the ear, first at the pinna, which is the funnel-shaped part of the ear that draws in the waves and guides them to the auditory or ear canal. At the end of this canal, the waves strike the eardrum or tympanic membrane, which causes vibration. This vibration is then relayed to the middle ear through three tiny bones known as the ossicles, which are the hammer, anvil, and stirrup. And this vibration from the eardrum also causes the oval window or membrane of the cochlea to vibrate, which in turn disturbs the fluid inside the cochlea. Vibration then enters the cochlea, a liquid-filled tube. The cochlea contains 16,000 hair cells, known as the cilia, and these cilia are so sensitive that they can detect a movement that pushes the width of a single atom. The cochlea also contain the basilar membrane, whose job is to separate the liquid-filled tubes within the cochlea. The movement of the cilia triggers nerve impulses that are sent by the thalamus, responsible for sensory perception, and whose job is to relay these signals to higher areas of the brain, to the auditory cortex, and then the auditory nerve, and then the auditory cortex. The auditory cortex, located in the temporal lobe, is the final stop for the sound wave, as the language is then interpreted by Wernicke's area, which is located in the temporal lobe. Now, there's two theories when it comes to sound. The first one is the frequency theory, which states that whatever the pitch of a wave, the nerve impulses of a corresponding frequency will be sent to the auditory nerve. For example, a tone measuring 600 Hz will be transduced into 600 nerve impulses a second. This theory is more well suited to explain low-pitched sounds. The next theory is the place theory, which states that different areas of the cochlea respond to different frequencies. In other words, higher tones excite areas closer to the outside of the ear, while the lower tones excite the areas of the ear near to the cochlea at the other end.